Manufactured stone veneer is rapidly becoming the covering of choice on many commercial and residential buildings. It provides a decorative finish and can be placed over concrete, block, or wood. In this application, stone veneer is being placed over plywood. It is important to install a water-resistant barrier prior to installing the stone veneer. Once the barrier is in place, metal lath is nailed to the plywood. Mortar can be mixed in a wheelbarrow, mortar pan, or mixer. The important part is to make sure you use the proper amount of water. Too much water will weaken the mix, while too little will make it difficult to hold the stones in place. In addition, varying the amount of water from bag to bag can cause color differences in the mortar. Once the metal lath is in place, a scratch coat of mortar must be placed over the lath. The mortar should be applied about 1/2 inch thick, ensuring that the lath is completely covered. The mortar should remain in place at least 12 hours before you begin setting stone. Under very hot conditions, it may be necessary to moisten the mortar while it is curing to keep it from cracking. Once the scratch and brown coat is in place, we are now ready to set the stone veneer. Placing the stones is both an art and a talent. The design that you choose is simply a matter of personal preference. It may be helpful to lay the stones out on the ground first to get a feel for the pattern you are considering. It usually works best to begin setting the stones at the lowest point on the wall and working your way up. It is also best to start at the corner. Some stone manufacturers make corner pieces. The stones are fairly easy to reshape using a chipping hammer. Begin by placing a bed of mortar on the back of the stone. After applying the mortar, use the trowel to create a space in the center of the mortar. This will help with adhesion. Then press the stone firmly into place using a twisting motion. The mortar should gently ooze out from behind the stone. Hold the stone in place only long enough to ensure that it will not slide. As you add each stone, be careful to avoid getting mortar on the face of the stones. If this does occur, simply wipe off with a wet rag before it has a chance to dry. As the wall takes shape, continue to place stones in any design that is pleasing to your eye. Differences in the shape, size, and thickness of the stones allow for lots of creative possibilities. Once all of the stones are in place, you will need to add mortar to the joints between the stones. The neatest and fastest way to do this is with a grout bag. Using a twisting motion, squeeze the mortar into the joints. Allow the mortar to stiffen, and then smooth with a joining tool for a beautifully finished stone veneer application.